Welcome to the next episode of WaterparkRanger's Let's Play Wind Waker. Last episode, we woke up to discover that it was our birthday, and so we went around doing birthday-ly duties such as, getting money and kidnapping pigs. And that was really all that we did. Oh yeah, there was also this whole backstory about, like, a hero and stuff, but that doesn't really matter. So today, we are going to continue getting more money, hopefully. Oh yeah, so we can buy stuff, because that's what you do with money. And you buy stuff at shops, such as this one. Beetle's, ship shop? I don't know, maybe it's shop ship. We'll call it ship shop, because that sounds better. Sounds like ship shape. So who's Beetle? This is Beetle. This is this weird guy who has abnormally small feet and legs in proportion to the rest of his body, and he sells you great items like the bait bag, which you can use to store bait in, which you can also buy from him. Basically, you buy an object that forces you to buy more things from him. What a clever business strategy. Like all-purpose bait, which is very important because there are all kinds of purposes that you can use it for, like for pigs and even for some enemies, so it's important. And Hayoi pairs, which are used to control seagulls because they don't like all-purpose bait, so clearly all-purpose bait is not really all-purpose and Beetle is a liar. Now the important thing about the bait bag and all this bait is that it might seem very unnecessary, but the fact is, you need the bait bag and you need, I think you need both kinds of bait to complete the game. No, actually, I think you only need the pairs. All-purpose bait is not necessary, but it is necessary if you're going for all those side quests, many of which we are going to engage in. So here's our item screen. So you press X, Y, or Z to get out an item, and then use it, like with a Hayoi pair. Basically, if you've seen my Let's Play of Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets, you'll notice that the format is quite similar to that game, mainly because Harry Potter stole it from Zelda, not the other way around. Don't get any clever ideas. See, the idea of this seagull is that once you could take control of it, you press A to let it flap its wings, and it can fit, strangely enough, through very small places like lines of trees, allowing you to sequence break and grab rupees when you're supposed to actually get the sword first to slash them. But never mind that, actually there is quite a bit of sequence breaking you can do with Hayoi pairs, but it's all very insignificant and isn't really game-changing in any way. But we'll talk about more of those occasions when the opportunity presents itself. That rupee right there is actually kind of difficult to get. It might have not looked like it, but the fact is I'm pretty surprised that I managed to get it quite that easily, because there is a limit to the height that the seagull can climb, and that rupee is located right at the maximum, so right as soon as you reach that height, the seagull will be forced downwards. And so you press R to cancel out of the flight, like you saw me do there. It's not because there's any kind of timer on it. I don't think there's any kind of timer. You can possess the seagull for as long as you wish. And you can also be forced out of the seagull if something hits you, or an explosion or something. And there is another glitch that you can do with the seagull. If you find like a hole in the ground, you can fly a seagull through it and you'll actually go underneath the island. I don't know if I'll ever show you that, but it's an interesting thing that you should try sometime if you get this game. Which you should. It is a must-own for the GameCube. Absolutely. Anyway, this is Grandma's house, so it's the same one that Errol showed you in the cutscene. Yes, that's the name of the sister. And there's the grandma. I've been waiting for you, Jack. Jack. Try these on. Time certainly flies. I can't believe you're already old enough to wear these clothes. I think he's 12 in this game. Yeah, that's what the box says, I'm pretty sure. Don't look so disappointed, dear one. Just try them on. Today is a day to celebrate. It is a day that you become the same age as the young hero spoken of in all the legends. Only one, really. You only have to wear them for one day, so don't look so down. Be proud, child. In the olden days, this was the day boys were finally considered to be men. They were taught the ways of the sword to prepare them for battle with their enemies. But we don't live in such an age any longer. Our ways are the ways of peace. Nowadays, I suppose Orca is the only one on the island who still knows anything about swordplay. Hanging the family shield on the wall as decoration is another tradition that has been carried down from those days. So there's our green tunic. That didn't take long. Does all this make sense to you? Yes. Don't kill me. Isn't that nice, Jack? They suit you perfectly. A perfect fit. Well, tonight I'm going to invite the whole town over for your birthday party, so I'd better start getting ready, shouldn't I? Your grandma's going to make your favorite soup for you tonight. I just know you're looking forward to it. Now go get your sister, Errol. So now we have to go get our sister Errol, as the old lady commands. So we will go outside and basically return to where Errol was. Actually, before we do that, I think there's a girl somewhere around here who usually carries a jar. There's an interesting trick that you can do. So basically, I will take a jar as well. You just pick up things with A, as with the pigs. Now target, lock on with L. And we did it! We broke the pot, and she still looks like she's carrying it. Awesome. That's not all, though. Watch what happens when you talk to her. That's just terrible! My precious jars! How could you? And then she steals 10 rupees. It's well worth it, though, for that interesting little secret. Anyway, that's the first time I've ever seen that glitch. That first part where she had her hand up in the air and thought she was holding a pot, I've never seen that happen. The other part where she steals the rupees, I think quite a few people know about that. Though I was pretty surprised when I learned about it for the first time. Well, now it's time to ascend up this platform's ladder. Actually, I think due to the fact that I'm cutting most of the sailing from the game, probably the replacement for sailing is going to be Link climbing ladders, and I bet that once we encounter all those platforms later on, that's definitely going to prove itself to be true. I'm back! Ah, ahoy, big brother! Did Grandma make that outfit for you? But wow, you look like you'd be way too hot in those clothes. Thank you. I guess they're pretty neat, though. So anyway, Jack, can you close your eyes and hold out your hand, just for a second? I'm going to give you my most treasured belonging, but just for one day. Happy birthday! It's a telescope. So pretty much this is our first, oh, I can't even say that because we got the bait bag. Well, it's another item, the telescope. And it isn't used very often, unless you're really going for 100% completion. Even then we probably won't use it very much because I already know where everything is. So we're going to try it out right now, like she's saying, and go to our menu of items, put it to, I think, Y? Yes, Y. And scan at the mailbox, or the post box, and there's a crazy old bird guy there who starts freaking out. Yes, he does look kind of weird, Errol. Thanks for your insightful commentary, almost as insightful as mine. There's a weird stone head there, and actually, she's telling us to look at this, not the stone head, though. That stone head is important, don't forget it. It's a big thing later on. I won't say much more than that. So yeah, pirates. Pirates already. This game is really awesome. Only they don't have a cannon, though. They have like a 4Kids cannon that shoots a catapult with rocks. They're the worst pirates I've ever heard of. But you have heard of them. Don't know why I sounded like Dumbledore there. That's why you don't turn around to make weird faces at cannons. So the bird was carrying a girl who fell into the, that forest that looks a lot more two-dimensional than everything else around it. Jack, this is so terrible! That girl fell into the forest. She needs help. Why don't you go do it then? So we need something we can use to defend ourselves with. First off, we need to look out for number 1 and swim away from the pirates. And she's a little bit vague as to what we're supposed to use to defend ourselves with. No, you can't just pick up a crab on the beach and use it. Actually, they always run away. I've tried. I don't think you can interact with the crabs in any shape, way, or form other than them running away. What you need to do is go into this house here, and you will find within this house the tools needed to defend yourself with. And this old man is just telling us to use L to lock onto enemies and objects. So we will find out what that tool is and does next episode. See you then.